So you guys wanted Niner football back, huh? Oh my goodness. I'm not even gonna wait to do a video on my computer today. I'm just gonna shoot from the hip. Uh, the 49ers lose week 1, and I guess the question is, who do we blame? And I think we should start with head coach. And I think that's the only person we should really put this blame on. Because when your team loses on all phases of the game, offensively, defensively, special teams was kind of neutral. I mean, Bears missed field goals, but that's besides the point. You have to look at Shanahan. The second half, the Niners, I would say the last quarter and a half, the Niners just shot themselves in the foot. They were up 10-0. They had a nice drive to open up the second half, and that was it. That was it, baby. I mean, the Niners did not do squat. Defensively, I mean, the Bears looked way better defensively. Credit to the Bears, by the way. I don't want to take any credit away from them. They are a young team, but they looked more prepared than the 49ers. 49ers, not only defensively, but offensively, had penalties that were just either drive killers or they were drive, I guess, extensions in regards to the Bears offense. And that's how the Bears really got back into it and eventually got into the lead, is because defensively we're doing all these dumb penalties. And I know the conditions were pretty bad, and at the end it got rough. But you are the veteran team. You played in these conditions before, and it was beyond disappointment to see the 49ers come out and play like that. And I have to put the blame on Coach Shanahan. You are now 2 of 4 to start week 1. And this Bears team, regardless of the conditions, was a team you had to dominate. And we start with the run game. You did not get a run game. You did not have a run game. Elijah Mitchell did go out with a knee injury, and God knows what happens to him. I mean, this game is still going. This game is still going, and I'm over here ranting. But anyways, where was I? Yeah, Elijah Mitchell went out with a knee injury, and we'll get into those details a little bit later. But I mean, you could argue you barely had a run game with Elijah Mitchell, though he did have some nice runs. And then all of a sudden we saw Jeff Wilson Jr. My first reaction was, oh, Jeff Wilson, this is his drive here. The coach is just giving him some burn. But then we go on Twitter, we see that Elijah Mitchell's out there, and everyone's like, oh, Jesus, man, what's happening now? Again, deja vu from last year. Literally, Mostert goes out in the second play, and now it's all Elijah Mitchell. So we have no running game. Trey Lance, look, he's going to be a rookie. He did throw a very brutal interception right there that gave Bears really good field position that turned into a touchdown for them. And that cannot happen. But honestly, Trey Lance, what more is he expected to do? It's hard to evaluate him with these conditions. And, it's just hard to make a fair evaluation on this. But regardless, the Bears played more like the veteran team. And that is the disappointment where I'm coming from. I'm like, yeah, the weather is going to neutralize you a little bit. But what you can actually, control are the penalties. What you can actually control is the ball security and, the mistakes. And I feel like the Niners just beat themselves. But to the Bears' credit, they didn't beat themselves. And I think that's that was the key takeaway here. So I can't put too much blame on Trey Lance. I can't put too much blame on this defense, though those are the veteran boys, right? I have to look at the head coach. I have to look at the leader and say, why don't you have these boys ready? Why aren't you in their face when they commit these mistakes? Because we saw them in preseason. And so that's where the frustration is right now as a Niner fan. Again, just another game where it should have been easily an easy Sunday for me. Instead, I'm here making a video just I'm not going to let it ruin my day because that was the old me. But the reality is this game should have been easily won by the 49ers. And there were at least the first 2.5 quarters, I would say. The Niners were in full control. And after that, they just fell to pieces. But yeah, I'm actually interested to hear what Kyle Shanahan has to say, the press conference, and the leaders on this football team. It's pretty much all I want to say. Let's see. Who else? I'm trying to think. So we had the Debo fumble. Trey Lance. I mean, you can see both quarterbacks had a trouble gripping the ball. I would say that the Bears' offensive line seemed to play better than the 49ers' offensive line. Like the Bears' front was all up in the backfield, and Trey Lance just didn't have much time to really throw the football. Now, I will say that there were some inaccuracies, and we saw that consistently in preseason and in camp. We've heard about that. But man, like Trey Lance, he played like a rookie, made some good throws, made some bad throws, turned into a turnover. I just wanted him to not throw a turnover today, or cause a turnover. But you know, he's in the stat sheet with that now, so there's no going back. But I think the Niners just didn't do enough to help him offensively. The running game couldn't get going, and so there was that. And then defensively, we caused that one turnover. We allowed, penalties to extend drives for the Bears, and that's what got us in trouble. So here we are, week 1, already a disappointment. It's a long season, but goddamn, it is hard to start a season like that. And for a team that's Super Bowl ready, didn't look ready for week 1.